guys, welcome to our day 6 of Mindful December. I hope you're having a good weekend filled of gratitude and loving kindness. I was so looking forward to taking this video to the beach today. It was a really nice day, and then just before I was going to leave, the massive rain came, so here I am under the umbrella, ready to talk about social media and how we can use it in a mindful way. I think it's a hot topic because there's so much talking about how unhealthy or destructive can be this mindless scrolling through social media. And it's such a shame that these days, there is this kind of a negative connotation towards that, because I think still social media, it's such a fantastic way to connect with people from all over the world. And I honestly do feel like you can use social media in a healthy, inspiring and productive way. So I'm just going to talk about a few things that we can do to kind of redesign the social media to work for us rather than just being completely drained by it. And the first thing is to start to unfollow anyone in your friends list that is making you feel bad. And I don't mean in that obvious sense. Yes, like if you're still having people showing up on your feed that are spreading negativity and fear and anything that is just not helping us, obviously I definitely encourage you to unfollow them right away. But I also mean like that sort of kind of the posts that are giving you that sense of unease, and it's not really obvious, and from the first look at the post it might feel like it's very neutral and it doesn't make you feel anything. But I want you now to be more aware or be more mindful when you're scrolling. The next time you're scrolling through your social media, just notice that reaction more on a more subtle level. So not like how you register it when you are scrolling through, but more how it makes you feel in your body, the emotions, what comes up, maybe some kind of triggers, and something that deep down will make your muscles tense up or raise your heartbeat, and then for the next half an hour you will feel a little bit off, but not really sure why you're feeling off. And that could be potentially just subconsciously registered something that was in that post, triggered something in you, and then you would just start to feel bad. So I wanted just to really encourage you to unfollow anyone that would make you feel like that. And it doesn't matter that you've been friends on Facebook for 10 years or something. And it doesn't matter if you've been friends in life with that person, and you are for many years, and you can still be friends in real life, but that doesn't have to mean that you need to be following them on social media. It's absolutely fine to unfollow people, and I do it all the time, and actually I'm going to talk a little bit about it later on, but let's just get back on track. So unfollowing people that will make you feel bad, that would be my first step. The second step is that now we kind of got rid of the negative, so our social media is kind of neutral. So what can we do to actually make it positive? By starting to just choose what do you want on your feed, and you can start to follow all those amazing pages that are educational, inspirational. There are so many motivational speakers, beautiful people that can really uplift your day, and you can learn so many amazing things about topics that you had no idea that you could have even interest in. There's tons of things to follow. Basically, I think in this stage of internet, it's basically unlimited what you can learn and be inspired by. And when I sometimes look at my social media, I think 70% of the feed that comes on my wall, it is not even my actual friends. These are people that I chose, like motivational speakers or just pages, something that will help me, grow and be inspired. And you might say that, oh yeah, I can always just Google that valid information. And that's obviously great, but sometimes you're just not even aware where that inspiration might come from. And suddenly when you choose to have this moment of like mindless scrolling, and we all deserve that moment of just like completely carefree, just enjoying that moment on social media, and it's fine. But then once you actually scrolling through and you notice something that that you wouldn't even occur to you to look into, and suddenly you have an amazing article to read or a short video to watch, whatever it is, and it could be literally unlimited, as I said. So that's the step 2, to start to redesign it for your purpose and make it positive, productive, educative, and inspirational. And another thing, the number 3, it's optional, and maybe you're not ready for that, but what you can also do is unfollow anyone who is not contributing anything to your life or to the world in general. Because everyone now loves to share, you know, their day, what they ate, what they've done, what holidays they took, but is this really giving something to the world? I know that we are using social media just to share, and that's perfectly fine. But if you want to use your social media, like the essence of it, to make the most out of your time when you're scrolling through, I would get rid of anyone that is not saying or sharing something educative or inspirational. Anything that, you know, an article or something funny to make your day, but it's just, as long as it's like, if it's neutral, it's not worth it. It has to give something. So that is optional. I'm not saying to do that. Obviously, you're free to do whatever feels right. So yeah, so we are possibly unfollowing all the negative stuff that might making us feel bad, starting to follow all the inspirational good stuff that will just make your day, make you a better person. Optionally, unfollow anyone who's just like not contributing. And also let's talk about like maybe social media detoxing, in a sense that there are tons of apps that we can use to kind of control when and how we can use those apps. And obviously not everyone has this amazing self-control to know that right now I'm not gonna click on Instagram just to kind of escape from my, you know, from my day of productivity and become start to procrastinate. So what we can do is just use those apps to set a time when we can use those moments of scrolling through. And another thing that I think is super important is to switch off internet before you go to sleep. For the simple reason that when you wake up, most of us, you use the alarm on our phones. So you're half asleep, and the first thing you do is grab the phone to switch off the alarm, and there could be potentially tons of messages on your main screen. And you don't even realize you're still half asleep, and you're starting to read those messages that could be potentially stressful or negative, and you haven't even started your day. What about just first having your morning routine of like setting a gratitude, or just like setting an intention for your day? Make that day meaningful. Start the day with a purpose, and then when you're ready, then you feel like, okay, I know where is my energy going today. Then you can choose to switch on internet and then decide to jump into that world. And honestly, if you're not gonna answer those work emails for the first half an hour of your day, I think you should be fine. So these are just like these ways to design social media that is serving you, rather than just being completely consumed by it with all that kind of greed and just making you feel bad with all this. You know, there's a whole new topic, a different topic to mention about how we're all just making ourselves look great on social media, but the reality is that none of our lives are as perfect as they seem to be on social media. So just try to remember that. And again, if you actually, some of your friends or whoever it is that you're following, that they present that life that is so blissful and so perfect, maybe that's another reason to unfollow, because we know that is fake. This is not real, and all it does, it makes you feel worse about yourself or just unworthy. So that doesn't serve absolutely anything to anyone. Okay, so these were just like the few things that we can do to improve our social media well-being, let's just call it like that. Mindful scrolling, another way to look at it. And yeah, social media isn't bad. It's just how you choose to use it consciously, rather than just completely mindlessly being taken, thrown by it, and just not being aware how it makes you feel and how you react to it. Just be mindful of it, scroll through with understanding of your own triggers and the patterns that are popping in within, and you will be just fine. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow when we will be talking a little bit about mindful eating. All right. Thank you, lovelies. Have a beautiful day.